Where does intuition come from? Psychologists believe that intuition relies on powers of pattern matching, as the mind combs experiences stored in long-term memory for similar situations and presents an in-the-moment judgment based on them. The automatic information processing that underlies intuition can be seen in the everyday phenomenon known as highway hypnosis, which occurs when a driver travels for miles without a conscious thought about the activity of driving the car. What is the meaning of being psychic? Some people believe they have the psychic abilities and experiences, intuitive downloads and premonitions, or gut feelings that turn out to be correct. To be psychic is to have abilities beyond the normal human senses, such as predicting the future, reading minds, or communicating with spirits. These abilities are often referred to as extrasensory perception, also known as ESP, and can manifest in different ways, with individuals claiming to have powers like clairvoyance, seeing spirits or energy, clairsentient, feeling energy or mediumship communicating with the dead. While belief in psychic abilities is widespread, scientific consensus state there is no proof for their existence. However, for those who experience, cultivate, develop, and embrace these gifts, it is a completely different story, and one that cannot be rationalized logically. Now let's join the team for another fascinating discussion. Welcome everyone to Andromeda 7, your celestial gateway. Oh my goodness, welcome Mercury retrograde, right?
Yeah.
Good God. StreamYard, in their never-ending quest to make things better, has kind of complicated things a little bit, and they're offering video coming out on two different formats. One is like on your cell phone, and the other one is like on desktops, laptops, that kind of stuff. So there's a conflict there. Not real happy about that, but hey, it is what it is. I hope everybody's able to get over to this stream so that we can get this going. I'm so sorry we're so late, and but it is what it is, and thank goodness you are all here. So we have some amazing things going on all week long. We've been getting messages for people, and we're going to kind of present that those messages and see if it's someone in chat. It's kind of called a shout out. It's a spirit shout out. So now that we're so much more connected to spirit, we're getting more and more messages and more people popping in. Theresa's getting inundated with stuff. So you're an open channel now. So she's got 3 specific shout outs for people watching. And if it's not for somebody watching, it could be for somebody that you know personally. So if the story, the picture fits, it may be for you. So really listen up, and hopefully you'll get the message. And if it's not for you, you'll send it to the proper place. But first, let's go ahead and just welcome everyone. Yes. Hi, Lucky Stone. Good to have you with us. Thank you so much for being here. Love seeing you here. The Crow 11, welcome as well. Good to have you with us. Alicia Arthur, very good to see you. Hello, hello. I love the owl. Mary Mansfield. Ooh, Mary, pay attention. There is something for you as well. Elderberry, always a pleasure. Glad you're here. Elizabeth Bauer, nice to see you. And let's see who else. Oh, Regine Huddleston, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Robin, good to see you as well. Thanks for joining us. I'm seeing a lot of new chatters in here. I'm glad to see that. Nice. Chloe, good to see you as well. I hope everything's doing good for you. Miss you too, sister. Yeah, I hope your business is just blowing up. Yeah. Azaran, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Wow, everybody, good to see you all. Goodness. Thank goodness. Yes.
Laurie, they can't see us. All they see is our shoulders.
Your shoulders?
Both of ours. Like mine and Nick's, and then yours and Theresa's.
Okay, some people are on a different link. So there's 2 links. Go to YouTube and find the second link because one is made for cell phones and one is made for the other. I'm a little irritated by this.
Oh, that's what that is?
That's what that is. So go to the other link. There'll be 2. And I promise this won't happen again because I won't set it up this way. So if you're seeing us cut off, it's the wrong link for a device. Let's put it that way. So you just need to switch over to the other one. I've got it on my cell phone here and I can see the proper link.
And I can too. There's all of Jazz and all of Nick.
So we're good. We're on the right link. But again, if you're seeing us halfway, go to the other link. I see. Great. Must be on the cell phone. Yeah, if you're on the cell phone and you're seeing it perfectly, then you're on the right link. If you're not seeing it perfectly, it's the other link. So just look for the other A7 with the blue background on it and click on that. And then your picture should be good.
All right.
You guys good now?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, like Mary Mansfield said, that, retrograde thing really bites you in the you-know-what and not cool.
So do you want to, just one more time, since we do have some new folks, tell them the difference between a shout out and a reading, an intuitive reading?
So the intuitive readings are what we get as we're talking to you. So when you put your question or whatever you want in the chat, and that's how we'll know that you want a message or an intuitive reading. And then the shout outs are already messages we've received throughout the week that are coming from spirit for either people in the chat or people that are in the chat that you know of, or someone that outside of this platform, because they're trying to come through and give their messages.
Yeah.
And so we've been inundated, but we have 3 really good ones. So while everyone is deciding whether or not they want a reading, and if you want the reading, just put I want a reading in chat, and then I'll just go down one by one and take it. Until that happens, what we're going to do is we're going to go with your first spirit shout out. And this is a spirit named Kevin. So I'm going to let Theresa read her notes on this because she's the one that actually took the message. Okay, so we'll start with that first message. And Theresa, if you want to just go ahead and kind of lean this way a little bit and express, what's been going on with you this last week, that would be really great.
Okay. Well, I've been getting an unusual type of contact, different than what I normally get. Sometimes I'll put the thought out there to bring a certain spirit in or a certain soul in. Lots of times it's just versions of my previous self in different lifetimes, different dimensions. And lots of times it's our guides. Laurie and I share a bunch of guides, and then we have some of our own, but usually that's what comes to me. But ever since I have been through what I've been through in the past couple months and have let go of things and opened up, and they're coming in like a mile an hour, voices constantly trying to ask me to help them get a message across. Sometimes it's just a general message for the world, But sometimes it's a message for someone in particular. And I'm currently learning more and more how to tune to those frequencies to bring certain ones in. I have a gatekeeper who's helping me manage the process, and I have to set boundaries as to when they can come in and how they come in and how often they come in. But I am starting to get more and more general messages where now it's been explained to me by my guides, and just discussing things with Laurie and observing some things over the past several months. They're so eager to get through to an open channel that can actually intuitively, with love and grace, just not even try to interpret their message, just get it out there to whoever it is they're trying to get it out there to, because they say we need more people doing mediumship. We need more people who are willing to step up and accept the challenge and say, okay, I'll tune in and allow you to come through. So they have a clear channel with me. I'm very grateful and honored, and they're giving me the opportunity to help them. So shout outs, by the way, folks, are more about them than they are about you.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's going on here is that they're aware of certain things that are going on in your thoughts and in your heart because they're part of you or a relative or someone you know, and so they're trusting, and then wanting to reach out to you, but they know some of you might not be open, or that others might not be open that you know. So they want you to help them. So that's really what I'm trying to do, is honor spirit. And you can make of what these messages whatever you will. I'm just a conduit to deliver, and I'm not trying to probe, and I'm not trying to probe them. I'm just delivering what I've been told.
It's done with love and integrity.
Exactly.
First and foremost.
Exactly.
We honor spirit.
Yes. So anyway, on the 12th, in preparation for all of this, a spirit came through, a crowd of other spirits. I let this man in. He's a male energy. He was showing me his work boots and his helmet, his work helmet, his gloves, and some construction tools. So I know he was in construction. And I could hear birds in the background and hooting sounds. So he's very into outdoor work. And his name is Kevin. And he says, will you please deliver a message to my stepson, Randy, and his mom, Laurel or Laurie. I can't always make out what they're trying
I believe it's Laurie, because when I talked to Phyla, she said it's Laurie.
Okay. So
Okay.
Laurie. He says, they feel me at times, Randy and Laurie, but they are not seeing all of the signs that I've tried to give them to get their attention. There is one among you, your group, who may be able to help relay this message to them through you. And I was getting a Maria or a Mary. So there's somebody that watches the program. We have at least two that I'm aware of, Marys. But I believe, given what he's going to say with this message, I'm pretty sure he's probably talking about you, Mary Mansfield, and not Mary Wynn. But I'll leave that up to you, ladies. And it could be another Mary watching. So here's his message. I know you think of me often, and I am still by your side, still building and creating in this afterlife. My wonderful partner, Laurie. I think the most valuable thing we learned together in this lifetime was that the human experience is not always about lessons learned through creation of bad karma. It's about patience and grace and self-respect, self-determination, and attitude. Together, we understood that it's even more important to live a full life of love, service, and gratitude by helping all those we were able to help when we could, or when we can. Teamwork, cooperation, and bonding with others, just as deeply committed as we were, created joyful karmic power and energy. We will end up together again when you come home, honey. Randy, to his stepson, you, or son or stepson, you may not have been my flesh and blood, but my agreement to be your dad for a while meant everything to me and still does. I am proud of the man that you have become and grateful for the times you were willing to help me too, son. Remember those times. Take that joy into your heart, wishing only to create good karma and good energy with others, and you will succeed in all that you set out to do. I love you now and always will, son. Thank you for showing me what it means to be a good father. I love you both always and forever. So this was Kevin to Randy and Laurie, and he's asking that Mary help take that message to them. I don't know what what the relationship is with Mary.
Okay, message delivered. So that's up to you guys in chat if it
Okay.
resonates with you, or if you know these people, they need that message.
Oh, Mary got it. Mary
Okay.
Mansell has it. Look.
I knew it was Mary.
I will
knew it.
make sure that Laurie and Randy get the message so you know them. Laurie's dad is currently in hospice. Okay. All right, wonderful.
That's for you, Mary. I knew it was for her. I could feel it. Like I'm getting chills.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Okay. Message delivered. Spirit, you're honored. Okay. We do have someone in chat. Chloe's got a question. I'm going to put this up. Jason Gravitt wants to know, what do my guides want me to know at this time? Now, Jasmine, I thought you'd pull a card first so we can get a general idea, because we don't know this person. So if you could pull a card for us on this and give us something, that'll give us a good direction to go in. Thanks for your question, Chloe. I'm glad you're helping someone out. So he wants to know, what do my guides want me to know at this time? All right, what you got there?
I got the Tower.
Aha. Okay. So Jason's got a lot going on right now. Things are kind of falling around him. I get the distinct intuitive hit. You got a lot happening at this time, and patience, persistence is going to be key to how you are able to get through the situation. But not only that, your guides want you to know that they're always with you. You can always tap into them. How about you, Jasmine? What are you getting? And I also have something else I just picked up on, but do you want to give yours as well?
So there's two ways that I read. One of them is like the card, what the card signifies itself. Like Laurie did a very good job of telling you what the card is. And then I do what I call is I shut off my brain and I just talk. I don't have a name for that one yet.
Intuition.
But
Yeah. Intuition.
So just intuitively, for what I'm picking up on is that you're working on some type of project, and that project is good, but it's not the overall finish that you want with it. Okay, it's not outside, like people outside looking in. It's gonna look like this moment where things are falling apart, so better things can fall together. But it's not meant to be scary. It's more of like them trying to tell you, hey, I think you can get like $100 out of this, but I'm telling you, if we just move this little thing over here, you'll be able to get like $1,000 out of it. So it's more about you letting go of those expectations and letting them guide you to a bigger, more fulfilling outcome. So it's going to feel like it's falling apart because what we can see with our rational mind and what we can see and count with our physical body is not all the angles that are at play. There's more things out there than what you can see. So they're basically saying it can be that easy and it can be that stupid. Just let it happen kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of let go. How about you, Theresa? Are you picking up anything for Jason?
No, just a feeling of serenity and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So I think that they're feeling that in their energy field, which means Jason should stay in a state of serenity and joy and happiness. So that's what I'm getting. They want him to be happy.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what he does or whether he feels like he's succeeding or not. He's doing whatever it is that he can do that will bring him the best joy.
Good.
That's all I get.
Awesome. And then I know Nick's got something.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled the devil card.
Okay.
So this tells me whatever this obstacle is, he has a lot of fear in regards to it. He needs to, first off, Jim taught me if that card ever appears, you're supposed to go cancel, clear, fear, be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
having fear attached to you on this outcome is going to do nothing but hinder you. So you need to let go of that.
What I like to point out on the devil card is that I'm gonna hide the bits so that way YouTube doesn't get mad. But anyway,
Okay.
if you Google the image of traditional tarot, there's these chains around these people, and they think that they're captive. But if you look at how like the loops are, it's big enough for them to pull over their heads. So basically, what it's saying is that fear only has control of you if you believe it does. So that's what I like to look at the visuals and the details on the devil card, because you may think there's no other options or there's no way out, but all you got to do is say, I don't participate.
I don't subscribe to that fear-based thing that's going on. Also, too, your guides always love and support you. They have unlimited love and guidance for you.
Yes,
It's
they
a
are.
matter. Yeah. What's that?
I was reading Scotty Boy's message, and it says they're not locked. The chains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Next.
It's self-imposed limitation that you're putting on yourself. So breaking free from those is just a matter of saying, look, I don't subscribe to the fear of it all, and I don't have to get caught up in that. The guide thing is the best way to do it if you're not connecting with spirit, if you're just somebody that doesn't know what to do or how to go about that. There's a couple things you can do, and I love this technique. So when you go to bed tonight and you have those questions, ask the question just before you go to sleep, because that's when your resistance is the lowest throughout the day. Put that thought in your mind of what do you want to ask your guides and what kinds of messages do you want to receive from them. Then I'd like you to place your hand over your heart as you're lying in bed and say your full name. And as you say your full name, you'll feel the vibration in your hand. This is how you connect to the highest aspect of yourself. So try that tonight when you go to bed. And then when you wake up in the morning, keep your eyes closed for a long time before you wake up. And as you wake up, review the dreams so that your conscious mind can catch up with the sub-superconscious mind that has already taken the information down. I hope that makes sense, because that's a really good way to connect to the self.
Definitely.
So they want you to know that they're always there. They're there helping you. You are their greatest adventure, so to speak, and they're there to help you. And you just need to be open to the subtle signs of how they communicate with you. It could be something very simple too, as saying, I want to find a wolf or something like that. Show me lots of wolves, and then the next day watch to see if you see any wolves or whatever animal, whatever thing you want to put out there, a marble, a feather, a flower, anything. Get your attention. Maybe it's on a license plate. You don't know, but pay attention to everything that's going on the following day after you do this. Hand on the heart, connect to the intuitive aspect of yourself.
When you feel that heartbeat, if you just close your eyes and shut out everything else and just really, really pay attention to every beat, there's a rhythm, and not everybody's rhythm is the same. And when you start putting that beat to the rhythm, that is the beat of the vibration of your soul into the all that is. And so it's a song. And once you get to know your own song and appreciate your own song, it'll bring you great peace and comfort, but it will open you up like crazy to everything that needs to come through to help you and guide you. So.
Okay. Angelina.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. Hello, everyone. Did my mom pass? If yes, any messages from her? And I would refer to Theresa on this for the channeling aspect of it. And Jazz, if you and Nick want to pull a card, that gives us a direction. Thanks, Angelina, for being here and being open to this.
I don't sense that she's passed on, Angelina. She may have, but I don't sense that. That's not what I'm picking up. And I'm not picking up a stress or anything like that, or an injury. I don't know what her situation was, but I don't get the feeling that she's left the earthly plane yet. My guides are telling me no, she hasn't left the earthly plane. Are there any messages from her? Unless she was in the other plane, I wouldn't have them. But I am picking up an energy, and she's somewhat isolated herself. Maybe she's somewhere healing, or maybe she's in a place to help herself heal. But I'm getting a wall, but not a negative wall. That's one of protection and healing. But she's not stressed. She's not having anxiety. She's just somewhere healing. That's what I'm getting.
So kind of a timeout, huh?
Time out for
To
self-care.
regroup and
For
figure
self-care,
out.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know your situation. I don't know if there's anybody in the area that you can reach out to. And here's another thing, Angelina. This is something you could have answered yourself too. Every night for the next 5 nights or so. When you go to bed, release the day's energy and just put out nothing but love, gratitude, and appreciation for your mother, forgiveness if necessary, forgiveness of self if necessary, if you're holding on to any guilt or any emotions that don't bring about a good feeling. So you want to put good feelings out there for her, and you want to open yourself up, and you want to say, hey, Mom, if you're out there somewhere, talk to my heart. Tell me if you're doing okay. And then trust the message that you get back from her. Trust it. Believe in it. And just go with the flow of it. Okay?
Okay. Yes, Nick. Absolutely. On your question.
Okay.
So you're good to go. Angelina, I hope that helped. And thank you so much for your question. Okay, so we're going to.
Hey, I'm picking up on some stuff with Angelina.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
That's good. Okay. So cards are telling me that you got 5 of Wands. If you can see it.
I'm trying to find it.
5 of Wands. So usually when I see this card, I think whoever the person is involved with this, their mental state is all over the place. It's very fractured. And like, should I do this? Should I do that? No, we need to do this. No, we need to do that. That's what it kind of symbolizes, because the wands represent the mental, and then in the picture they're all fighting basically. So fighting with the mental, it's fighting with your thoughts. Then the third one I got was the 5 of Cups. So we got 2 5s in a row. So that, to me, this whole situation is going to have a lot of change to it. Your mom went through something that was a lot of loss, and that's why she's been secluding herself, and she's totally forgetting about the stuff that she still has, like you or everyone else. So I don't need to be a psychic to tell you is that she doesn't want to be bothered, but she should bother her anyways. So I drew another card to confirm if that was the right choice or not, and I got this. This was the 6 of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is signifying you on the horse. That's resembling your power, collecting your thoughts and doing what you're feeling like you should do, which is contacting your mom. However you go about it, do it. And the Wraith shows victory. So that means if you do that, you'll get a victory out of it. So I highly recommend you should contact her, even if she doesn't want to be contacted. It would probably mean a lot to her. She's probably just hurt right now. Whatever happened is hurting her a lot. And maybe she's similar to me, where when she goes through grief or something like that, she doesn't want a bunch of support. She isolates. That's how I deal with it. So maybe that's what she's also going through. But bottom line is, you should hit her up regardless. Check up on her. Show her that you care.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Jazz, anything with you?
So when I got it, when I was asking my cards, I have a deck that's really specific, and she's really sassy. She will not answer the same question twice. When I started asking about Angelina's mom, she was like, okay, well, what mom? Is it her blood mom, or is it the mom that she calls mom? Like, you got to be more specific than that. And so I was like, oh, I don't know. Let me see the person that the person she's referring to as mom right now. And I basically got the same thing that Nick got, and that Theresa got, that when I try to tap into that energy, I'm seeing like a very dark, very secluded room. But there's like dark green around. And usually green is a color of healing, right?
Healing.
But dark green is like,
Yeah.
like it's mucky healing, right? Like
Mhm.
she's coming to these conclusions, but they're not really making her feel better. So, and it's not that because I asked about her health and they said, no, health is improving. So it's not really like a health concern. It's more of like a mental concern.
Yeah.
Or like a state of the heart or the state of the mind. So I agree with what everyone else has been saying. So.
I think she's just isolating and getting her tood straightened out.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Cocooning,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to go through that just to figure things out and remove ourselves from those situations so that you can gain some clarity. So, yeah. All right, Angelina, I hope that helps you. Thank you again. Appreciate that. Okay.
I think next is Regina.
Did you skip that one?
No, this is the next one.
What do my guides want me to know? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Down the list.
All right, you got it. Forgive me, you guys. I've got duplicates of everything here because of the way this was done. So I'm doing my best. What do my guides want me to know?
Oh boy. This is coming from Regine. But we also had one before that from the Crow. Okay. Regine, what do my guides want me to know? Well, first of all, they're happy for you that you are finally getting some movement on some certain key things in your life, and that you are in a state of receiving so you can let go of some of the former tension about these things. Not holding a grudge, or, things happened in perfect timing. Okay, so all of this crazy stuff that you've been putting up with has finally released and is starting to open opportunities and doorways for you. And so as a result of that, you can let go of what didn't go right in the past and just be in a stage of elation, appreciation, and gratitude that the universe and God finally opened up to give you some of the help that you've been needing. So Spirit is proud of you, Regine. Through this Christos Spirit, the Christos Spirit is proud of you and is very happy that you didn't give up and that you hung in there and you stood up for yourself. And you went to meeting after meeting and made phone call after phone call so they know what you've been through. And they're saying, congratulations, you've passed that initiation. And now you know how to handle anything that might feel like it's not going right for you is a sign that it's probably going even better for you than you thought it would. That's what happened to me. I could say firsthand that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. She's gaining strength through this whole situation, and you're becoming stronger, and they have a great amount of pride about that. And they're looking forward to things in the future for you.
Yeah.
Because you're doing so well now, and you're taking care of business. You're meeting each challenge as it comes up. You meet it face on. You're setting fear aside, and you're doing what you need to do to make those changes, and you're not afraid to do it. Go ahead, Theresa.
And this is your card, Regine. It's the Shield Maiden. The Shield Maiden. That says enough right there. You're a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And your divine feminine is coming through, plus your belief and faith and trust in God and the Christos spirit within your own self. So congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want you to know. Keep it up.
How about you, Nick?
So what I got for her is the first card is the Knight of Swords. So what this is telling me is that you got a very good plan, similar to what the card that Theresa just showed. This is basically the same card.
Yeah.
That got presented. You got a good plan. You need to implement it and focus on it. So that this is essentially showing you swords represent actions and being on horses represent standing in your power. So they're saying like, do it. You got a really good foundation figured out. You need to do it, and that's what the next card represents. The eight of wands. It's they're unlike the 5 of wands. They're very orderly and like going to action, like they're getting speared down into the ground. There's like, like get your focus up, start putting your thoughts into actions so it can start manifesting. And then the end card is a very good card. If you don't want this card, I'll take it. You got the Wheel of Fortune. So basically saying that whatever plan you've come up with, and once you implement it, you'll either gain something out of it or break even. There is no losing.
Yeah.
Situation. It was very good reading. So whatever.
Very positive.
Yeah. Start doing it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jasmine, what you got for Regine?
I got my other deck. I call this my energy deck because I get more out of the pictures than like the words. So this is this card.
Okay.
Oh, is she gonna show? It's really pretty. Oh well.
Yeah, it is.
Well, there it is.
Sure,
Yeah.
look. And there you go.
So this one is shining, right? And what I like about it is that there's a bunch of swirls on the background of it. And the swirls are green and black, and she's being rooted, but if you see this light, she's vibrating this radiance, right? Which basically tells me that through all this muck, through all this chaos, through all of the swirling thoughts, through all of that, you were able to shine through. And the way that you were able to find some clarity is through Mother Earth, right? So going back into that nature, into Mother Earth, and figuring out what that foundation is like, brought in a lot of hope. It kind of like resets you. It kind of like brings you back to balance, brings you back to center, grounds you and gives you that hope. They're telling me that the way that you're going to keep going through is with gratitude. So remembering all the little jellyfish, all the little spirits around you, all of that clairvoyance, all of that they're all still there. And you can use your intuition to see to them. And this has given you a lot of clarity to your self-worth. And basically, I just want to know that at this point, it's going to be limitless.
Yep. Sky's the limit on that, for sure. Awesome. Okay. Hope that helps, Regine. I appreciate you very much for coming in. Okay. Let's move through. I know we have a few to get to. Okay. So, Alicia Arthur, I would like a reading, if that's okay, of course. I just want to know what my main deity, Lady Nyx, would like to tell me. Wonderful. Nick, you wanted to comment on this one?
Yeah. I'm doing a little prayer first.
You got it. Take your time. There's no rush. It's Friday night.
Yeah. Dear Lady Nyx, we have someone in chat that wishes to know what you want to tell her. She is part of our pantheon. I, Hermes, am declaring it so. Let's give her the truth and nothing but the truth. That's for highest and best. Hail Olympus and the underworld. So it is. So the first card is the Empress card. If it'll show. For some reason, I likes your background. Yeah, you. But Empress card is a really good card. I'm going to see this as Nyx. that she's reaching out to you and telling you that you share a similar energy as she does with the Empress card. So what that tells me is that you're very in tune with your feminine, and you have a lot of authority, whether you realize it or not. You need to start implementing this authority as it protects you and helps you with your gifts. She's telling you that you have nothing but positive heading your way. Just keep maintaining that Empress energy. From what I'm getting at, this tells me that you've been working on some goals, and you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. She's saying thank you for believing in her, and vice versa. And then they're telling me the King of Wands, someone's going to help you in this endeavor, whatever it is that you've been working on. They're going to be a pretty smart person, and they're going to be adaptable. That's the main key personality that you'll find out who it is if they're a very adaptable person. That's what all the yellow and the salamanders represents. Yellow represents his intelligence. The salamanders on the cape and the throne shows his adaptability on things. And he has a really good mindset, hence why he has a wand. Someone's helping you with these goals. And Nyx is reminding you that you have the capability, and look out for this person, rely on them, whoever that may be. And then the final card is that you have many gifts waiting for you. You just need to figure out what you want to focus on first, and then start from there. You got to start somewhere, right? So yeah, stand in your power with the Empress energy, just like Nyx. You're doing a very good job. You're starting to reap the benefits that you've been working on. You have support. Remember that. And pay attention to whoever this personality is. He's a very smart person. He's very adaptable. That's what that's telling me. And the sky's the limit, basically. You have all these options on how to go about it. You got a lot of paths on the end of whatever the results are for this project and this life path that you've been working on. There's a lot of different opportunities, and it's up to you to pick which one you want to focus on. You can even get they're telling me, well, she's telling me that you can even get more than one of these, depending on the choices you make. But it's all good. It's all positive. So
awesome. Jasmine, anything?
I got this card,
Okay.
which again I really like.
If you can hold that right up close to the camera. Well, not maybe. Yeah. Sometimes that helps. Or in front of your face.
YouTubers do. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Well, interesting that now you got two hands.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
But this one's basically saying walk your truth, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes that's not easy to do, especially when we're surrounded with darkness, right? And if you're comfortable in that darkness, that's great. If that's your truth, then that's great. Just, you walk in your truth. It reminded me to keep your vibrations high, right? So celebrate when you can celebrate, and bring in that growth. That celebration brings in a lot of other flowers being spiritual gifts. It says that you're more tapped in when you're in that celebrating frequency. Once you start doing that, it's going to bring in a lot of transformation, right?
Mhm.
And this one's telling me that it's a very free spirit. You're a very free spirit, which is fine. It's great. Saying that communication is going to be key during this transformation, either communication with yourself, with others, with your animals. Be fearless, though. Don't be afraid of walking in that truth, and you'll be surprised at what you can awaken from that.
Awesome.
That's what I got with mine.
Excellent. Hope that helps, Alicia. Thank you so much for your question and being here tonight. Excellent.
Can I follow up on Alicia real quick?
Oh, sure. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Yes. My bad.
Alicia, you mentioned
Divided
here.
attention.
That's okay.
Okay.
You had a lot going on.
I tell you.
Eli, and you're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you being here and doing this.
Go ahead.
Alicia, you mentioned I've been working with her for almost a year now. So you're talking about your main deity, Lady Nyx. I've been working with her for almost a year now, and I recently had gotten into a very healthy relationship and have been and he's been absolutely amazing. So it sounds to me like your deity has been a guide for you and has worked with you to attract this attention and relationship, and that's a really good sign. And if you want to tap into the deities within, because even Barry said, "Do I have a deity?"
Deity.
Deity. There is a deck. There's Angel Card Tarot deck, and there's this Ancestor deck. And we emphasize here on this program, we've mentioned it several times. It's like we all have our belief systems, and if you believe in different gods and goddesses, that's fine. If you don't, they're probably just reflections of your own self and your deity within. So if you want a reading from Lady Nyx, and you have such a wonderful relationship with her, just bring her in through your own thoughts. You can do that yourself, and we're glad to help you. But if you feel a strong connection, it's just a matter of letting everything else go and getting yourself into a location where you can totally focus on you and her. And that vibration and energy between you and her. Turn off TVs, radios, get away from traffic, get away from other people. I was bringing spirits in through the park the other day, and I almost drove myself insane. I had to go back to my hotel room and isolate and cut out all that external stimulation. So sometimes it works better when you're in private, but you can actually bring her to a point, if you have this kind of relationship with her, where you can actually have a conversation going back. It'll sound like you're talking to your own self in your own head, in the way you are, but you're getting that energy from another soul who's coming in, or it could be a higher version. Lady Nyx could actually be a reflection of you in another dimension. So that might be something you might want to check into, because if she helped you manifest or attract to you the greatest amazing person in your life right now, chances are she's a version of your higher self.
An aspect of the self.
Or an aspect of the self in another dimension. Yeah.
Spot on.
So
yeah, I like that. Okay. All right, Elisa. I hope that helps you. Thank you. All right, next one. Anne Marie. Hello, I would like a reading, please. You got it. You want to start this one off, Theresa? With a card?
Oh,
just because the cards really help kind of get that direction going.
She wants a reading from the card. Well,
no, I'm suggesting a quick card for her to get.
Yeah.
The inner. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The reason I'm laughing. Anne Marie.
Uh-huh.
And we also have a Maria in here tonight. Hi, Maria.
We'll get to you.
So, yeah, I got a message. It could be for either one of you.
Okay.
This is the Oracle card. Wait for important information. So that's for Anne Marie. Okay. So waiting for important information. That says to me that you are facing a decision that you're having to make in your life. And whatever that decision is, whatever it's about, this is a message from Spirit cautioning you to take your time and not to rush anything, and to put your intent and put yourself in a frame of readiness, acceptance and trust that your spiritual guides will lead you to the best outcome possible, but don't rush anything. And if necessary, do some further looking into it. But trust that your guides will bring to you the information at just the perfect timing that you're going to need it before rushing into anything. It could be a promotion, it could be a raise, it could be a change in your job or a new job. So that's what I'm getting from that. Hope that helps. Be more patient, I guess, is the message to you.
Okay. Jazz Nick on Anne?
Yeah. So, right when I tried to connect, this is what I got. I got mirrored souls.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I don't know if this is what's on your mind, if it's a connection with someone else, but it seems like you guys are connected, and you guys are supposed to have a journey together. Because this was the next card that I got, so it's Sacred Journey, right?
Mm.
And journeys usually have a lot of like twists and turns. You never really know where the things are at, but it seems like you have a lot of choices to make. Maybe set some boundaries, have some clarity, but yeah, lots of choices. That's what I got.
Awesome. Nick is doing his thing.
It took me 3 cards. I got 2 so far. And my dragons want to talk.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they got interested in what we were doing or whatever, but they wanted to talk for this one.
The Dracos want in, huh?
Man.
Yeah, it's so funny because like as we're doing this, I'm like, oh, can you give me that deck? Can you give me this one? Like that.
You're like, wait, let me switch.
They all want
Yeah.
to play.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, so the first card is the Black Dragon. If it'll
you gotta do the thing.
There we go.
does that work like that? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Does help.
So this one says cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. So basically what it's saying is that you are protected and you are ready to start exploring the spiritualism more. So if you've been thinking about doing some advancement, now's a good time to do so. They're reminding you to meditate and reflect so you can undergo a metamorphosis. So it's time for a level up. Second card is the Orange Dragon. And this one says, bring soul families and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness, bring people everywhere together. So they're telling me you might want to start being a little bit more outgoing, start looking around, see if you can find a community or a group in regards to the spiritualism that will help you grow. So it's time to find some soul family.
Yeah.
And the
And
last card is the Sunshine Yellow Dragon. And this one says, helps you to help animals. Serve animals, heal, respect, and understand them. So that's telling me that's something along the lines of you might find someone in regards to the spiritual family in a metaphysical shop that will teach you animal-related things, or maybe it's somewhere in like a vet or like an animal shelter. I don't know your hobbies, but I'm assuming you're very animal advocate based off of this card, and it's going to have something to do with your spiritual development. Like I can give an example, like with Jasmine, she can do animal readings, and she knows how to do Reiki on animals. It's different when it comes to humans. I can't do it, but very attuned and good at it. Just as an example, it's gonna be something spiritual that involves animals and meeting people that will help you on that journey.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Sneak
for
peek.
Anne? Okay, go ahead.
The moon deck wanted to come out. I don't know. If
Okay.
you guys talked about next, but probably.
Yep.
And it says balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. Moving on. Thanks again, Anne. Appreciate you. Okay, Theresa, this one's for you.
Okay.
So the Crow 11, can Theresa see if there's a message for me? I'm waiting for something still. And then also, this person also says, Half-Life 11 is tiring. Oh boy.
Yes, it is. I'm a life path 11 too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that question of his pop up a little while ago. You're still waiting. Sounds to me like you've been wanting to get a message from Spirit and you haven't been able to. Is that what I'm hearing? Because if you find yourself waiting and waiting and still waiting and still waiting, there's a block in your energy. You have put up some type of block without realizing it, and you're unable to let spirit come through. So a universal message for everyone, and including for you, the crow, is to do some soul searching and try to find out what it is you're hoping to hear, what it is you're hoping that hearing that message will do for you, and what it is that you can do to help open yourself up into receiving it and being in a receiving mode. And just like I said to someone else, get yourself in a place of quiet and peace and comfort, and just let your heartbeat, listen to your rhythm of your heart, and ask the universe to bring you someone special that you can connect with on a regular basis. But so that's one message. But the other message is that there's something on your mind. There's something you are hoping to get soon, a resolution upon. And I would say the same to Maria, who wants to know the best advice. And that is that if you guys are waiting, if any of you out there is waiting like I was, and waiting and waiting and waiting for better and better and better outcomes, sometimes it seems like forever, but to spirit, it's a heartbeat. To the universe, it's just a heartbeat. And everything is set with an exact set of timing to work out for you. And things will happen for you when it's best for them to happen to you. So if you're still waiting on something, Crow, without more specifics from you about what it is you're waiting on, it's hard to say. But whether it's a message from spirit or an activity that you're expecting, drop your expectations. In other words, have your hopes and have your dreams, your wishes. Put the intent out there that you get the best the universe has to offer, and that whatever it is, you'll accept it. And that it doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to exactly be what you thought it would be, but that you're waiting in a receiving mode to see a sign that things are going in a good way for you and that you're on the right path. So always go in with a spirit of humility, gratitude, appreciation, and trust. Never go in angry, upset, tired, frustrated, completely depressed. If you're in a down swing, then do something that makes you feel happy, even if it's only for the day. Go fishing, go biking, whatever hobbies or interests you think you have, to take your focus off of what isn't working for you and put all the focus on what it does work for you.
Yeah.
Take all the focus of things that make you feel drained and upset and of not of value, and that you're failing. Put that into thoughts of having fun.
Think about what's possible,
What's
and
possible.
not what's not possible.
Right.
Think about it, the most positive outcome you can have. And also, not only that, but just being open to whatever happens
Right.
is for your best interest and those
Right.
around you.
Right.
That's important too.
And as a life path 11, you're already on that journey of
Mhm.
making that kind of connection.
Yep.
You just, it's a mindset. You have to take your mind from one way of thinking to a completely different way of thinking,
Mhm.
which is more of a self-valuation. And I have value, and I'm good, and I'm deserving of all that the universe can bring to me. And put yourself there in that trust.
Mhm.
And see if things don't start moving for you.
I love that. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
back up what
Oh,
Laurie
Jasmine.
was saying. Sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You got this card with the moon, and it's basically, it says, luck. I can't read backwards. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, right? And basically the imagery that I got with this is the fact that you're probably someone that's more calculated, someone that's more very logical, someone that doesn't really take risks, someone that, does the math right and does what's gonna give best results, right? They're saying play with it a little, play with your strategy. Maybe the same strategy that you've been using all this time is not going to work, because once you start growing and healing, the same things that we used to do in the past isn't going to work anymore. So they're saying be in the moment. Right now, if you're still waiting for something, you're constantly in the past, or you're constantly trying to find the future. So they're saying be in the moment, be in the now, have fun in the moment, have fun in the now. Do some things that maybe will be slightly more fun, slightly more stupid, but like a calculated stupid, you know what I mean? Like, be a little more fun. You're going to find a lot of strength that way, because you're going to find a lot of things that are going to make you feel at home, and they're going to make you feel empowered, and they're going to make you feel in the moment. The body, like logically, scientifically, does some really crazy things when you're in the moment. It's this type of instinct, or this type of sixth sense, or this type of knowing that can't be really explained. There's a lot of studies that are done on troops or like soldiers that somehow they survive, and they're like, how did you survive? We didn't even teach you how to do that. And they're like, I don't know, I just did what the animals did, like eating berries off of this tree versus that tree. Like, when you're in the here and now and in the body, your body will be able to help you in ways you didn't really know that could give you strength.
You talking about that gut feeling, that inner knowing, that like
Instinct.
solar plexus chakra?
More of a primal thing. Like,
Instinct.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people get lost
Instinct, yeah.
the discernment of instinct versus intellect. Right now, we're in this reality that's in the physical, right?
Yep.
So don't get me wrong. People that say like, oh, it's only in my nature to blah, blah, blah. And like, yes, it is. But we have a lot of mind to be able to make those choices, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't negate the fact that we're still mammals, but that doesn't give us an excuse to not make better choices, if that makes sense. Sometimes we just need to honor those moments in ourselves in a healthy way. And I feel like that's something that society is lacking, that they really don't have like a healthy way to express that anger, a healthy way to express that, I don't know if it's like lust or that connection, like that want to belong or be somewhere. I don't know. It's getting convoluted. But anyways, find a healthy way to get more into your instincts, into your body, to be able to find that inner strength.
Trust it.
Yes.
Yeah. Learn to trust it. Yep. Nick?
So my guides told me to give him some wisdom rather than intuition. So I'm gonna teach you two things in case you don't know it. And if you do know it, you've been neglecting it. So you need to start doing it, basically. So I saw the comments and it was saying that you have a hard time grounding. Okay, well, buy shungite. That was my first thing that I'm going to say. Buy shungite. It is this plant. Figure out if you don't know what shungite is, look it up, buy some. Make sure it's something that you can wear on your person, like bracelets or a necklace.
And keep it in your pocket.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a grounding stone.
And the reason why I'm saying this, to put in perspective, is so I am a very good anchor for mediums. Like, I even help Jim, or entire meditation groups, or I can literally keep them tethered here so they don't go off and get lost. Or if they're super in tune and they're having a hard time coming back, I can do that too, like with Jim. So with that being said, shungite grounds me. So if someone who's really good at grounding gets grounded by shungite, that should tell you all you need to know about it. So, and then the other thing that I like doing for grounding is I know runes. I got taught by Sophia is a rune that's really good for grounding is Uruz. So let me see if I can.
Uruz. Okay.
This one. It looks like.
Yes.
Draw that in your mind's eye whenever you can. Whenever you're starting to feel like that, draw it in your mind's eye. Or draw it physically. Like just for an example, one time we were going on water slides, those giant stairs that be going, like you go super up, they were swaying. I didn't like that. So I drew Uruz on the bars and it stopped. Just for an example. It's a very stable rune and it's good for solidifying, making a foundation, grounding, all that stuff. So those are two tricks that you can help yourself with grounding when you notice that you aren't grounding and you're struggling to ground. Use those 2 things. Eye shungite or ruse. There you
Okay.
go. Hope it helps.
Got it.
Let me know how it
Yep.
goes.
Hope that helps, Crow.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks. All right. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Maria. Is there anything regarding my career and highest path right now you can share with me? Thank you so much. This is Maria. Yes. Okay. Hi, Maria. I'm going to let you handle that one first, Theresa. You definitely got you got something on this, and then we'll go to Nick and Jazz.
Well, there's lots of Marias out there,
Mm-hmm.
and lots of them have that little red M. So, but if it's the Maria, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, aside from that, a message regarding your career and highest path right now. Well, I have learned about this whole thing about universal timing. And so this message is good for just about anybody listening right now. Things don't always happen in the amount of time that you think they're going to happen in. Just when you think you've got something and the carpet gets ripped out from underneath you and you fall on your butt. What my guides and our guides have to say about this is that you just have to learn how to trust the flow, and not everything is going to stay the same. Change is inevitable. And even if it looks like there's a pattern forming of some kind, don't talk your own mind and heart into thinking and believing that pattern. A lot of what's coming in right now is coming from ego following the chaos in society. There's going to be things that are out of our control, things that we can't make happen no matter how hard we try. And you just have to go with the flow. And you're probably really good at doing that. And I remember a time when my career was on the highest horse. It was the highest level of my life. I made the most money I've ever made. I was the happiest with that kind of work that I ever did. And I touched more lives than I ever thought I would. And it all disappeared overnight. It had nothing to do with me or the people that I worked with. It had everything to do with the higher up echelon and how they wanted to do things and make things happen. And so lots of people lost their jobs. Lots of people, the work got thinner and thinner. I went on my own. I held on to a few clients for as long as I could, and then I changed and had to do something different. And that might be what you're facing now too, is that it's been a very discouraging season. We know that things are going to be even more discouraging when it comes to finances and the marketplace and everything. But you're going to have to follow your heart. Have I done this long enough? Am I doing it the way I want? Maybe I want to do smaller things. Maybe I don't want to take on as much. Maybe I don't want to be as expansive. Maybe you just want to take it easy for a while. And this is a good thing. And you don't realize it yet. So if you're feeling that things aren't going anywhere, and it looks like it's not going to bring in enough to keep you going, you might have to make a choice to do something different. But it's okay to make that choice without feeling guilty about walking away from anything else. And it's okay to feel like you've lost something, but let go of it. Don't stay there. Don't stay in that stream. Get out of it and do something different, more expansive. Find a new way to do the kind of things you do. Or maybe just do it for a select group of people. So don't think that your career path has to be linear and then it has to get better and better and better, and you make more money and more money and more money. It can be chaotic as long as the way you respond to the chaos is all good and it's coming from a trusting and a knowing that the greatest outcome is coming your way. Live in that energy is what I would say. Live in that. And keep faith and keep hope alive that way. But don't keep trying to make things happen. Because the more you do that, the more things don't happen, believe it or not. Right?
Yeah. And I'm going to say sometimes you got to ask yourself, am I happy doing what I'm doing? Sometimes we get into the routine of it and we've been doing it for a long time. We're successful. And sometimes the universe has a different plan that comes along, and those challenges can come to an end, sometimes abruptly, sometimes slowly. It just happens. So when that happens, that's just the universe saying it's time for that challenge to be over so that you can create and experience a new one.
Right.
Anyway, Nick, Jazz?
So I got your commitment is being tested.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep.
It's kind of in line with what the girls have been saying.
Mhm.
And then in my other deck, I got this card, Integrity. And he has an eagle and all these eyes and this medallion and stuff, right? These eyes are symbolic to me because integrity is basically me doing the right thing when no one's watching. Integrity is doing the right thing just because it's the right thing to do, not because you'll get celebrated or because you'll get something out of it. Integrity comes with that freedom of being who you are because that's just who you are. So if your job is not giving you a good balance between who you are spiritually and who you are like in a career wise, that's going to bring in a lot of turmoil for you. So they're saying to seek a celestial teacher, right? And I'm like, okay, well, who can be her celestial teacher, right? And it came back with Mother Earth.
Oh, that's perfect.
Mm.
Yeah. I feel like for us, especially since we're here in the human body, even if you believe in the whatever story you want, a lot of the stories of the beginning say that we come from the earth, right? And the more time we spend out in nature, it kind of helps us. How can I say it? In the normal world, we're surrounded by a lot of noise. Either if it's coming from electronic, if it's coming from other people, if it's coming from everybody is all like everything's buzzing. You know what I mean? There's people with ADHD that they can tell you that they can hear the lights buzzing. It's not in their head. It's an actual thing. When you go out to nature, all of those trees and all of that nature stuff kind of creates like a blockage of where all that stuff doesn't really affect you as much. And it gives you that moment of clarity and that moment of serenity to be able to think clearly without the pressure of like, oh my God, I got to get this done. Oh my God, I got to get this money. Oh my God, I got to like everything feels like do or die. Everything's a fire. Everything's important. Everything's chaotic. Like once you go back to nature and you start seeing the ripples of the tide and you start watching the birds or you start watching things, you start going into the flow or into the heartbeat of nature, which then kind of gives you a moment of what do you really matters to you? What do you want to improve? What do you want to be? Who do you want to embody? And what kind of life do you want to lead? And I feel like if you learn to listen to those cues, you'll have a way better outcome.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nick, anything to add to that?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So the first card that she got with me was the Page.
Okay.
The Page of Wands or Page of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So usually this card means patience. So what this is telling me is that well, any page means patience, but in regards to this topic, it's telling you to be mindful of your actions. It's this card is telling me that you have a lot of intuition and you have a general idea on how you want to go about it with your career. They're telling you don't be hasty with your choices. Don't if you get emotional in a scenario, take a breath before you make a choice. Take a breath, evaluate the situation like you're in third person, like you're not in it, like you're observing this happening to someone else, and then make a choice. You'll get the right answer if you do it that way.
Yeah.
Second card is the Three Hearts. No one likes getting this card, but and it's not exactly a negative card in this instance. Basically, what this is telling you is that by making these correct choices, there's going to be some heartache. It's not going to be rainbows and sunshine. It's going to be a little stressful. It's going to have some letting go involved. So from what I'm getting, this is maybe you're thinking about leaving your job for a new one. It's telling you that if you plan it correctly, it'll be a good thing, but there's going to be some loss, and it might hurt a little bit. So, but the next two cards tell me that's a good thing. The first card is the page. I don't know, Ace of Swords. If it'll
Put it in front of you, right there.
There
Yeah,
you
there you
go.
go.
Ace
Uh-huh.
of Swords.
Yeah.
This tells me after that heartache, you'll have the beginning of something good. That those actions will benefit you. You'll start generating what you actually want. So it'll be a new beginning, essentially, and it'll be a positive one. There might be some physical obstacles and some communication obstacles. Physical probably being financials, money, and then communication with, like, having to put out resumes and convince certain snobs to why you're the best pick. But it'll be very positive. It's a good direction. And then the last card was the Ace of Pentacles, saying that, and in doing so, you will start beginning to get what you actually value, what you actually want. So very, very positive. Basically, there's going to be some bumps in the road, but as long as you stay patient and calculated with your choices, it'll end up very well for you. You'll be exactly where you want to be. So just remember it. Just remember that. It's easier to say it now when you're reflecting it, but when it's when the shite is actually hitting the fan, you could get lost in it. So remember to not do that. If you want to remember anything what I'm saying, remember that when it hits the fan, remember when I say, take a breath, reflect on it, then make a choice.
Yeah.
Very important for this to work the way you want it to work.
Good. All right. Hope that helps, Maria. Thank you so much for that. Okay, let's moving on here. I'm just going right down the list. Elizabeth Bauer, I was wondering if there's any message I need at this time. Oh, I've got to send it over to you first, Theresa. Any messages I need at this time?
Courage. Courage is coming in.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're going through right now, Elizabeth. I know I've seen a couple of your more recent things, but I think that courage and commitment, those are two words coming in to my head. Others might know more about what you're up to right now, but Spirit's saying, tell her not to lose her courage and to stick with her commitment. She's to be commended here lately for some decisions that she has made. And it's make whatever you've been going through has made you a whole lot stronger. And keep love in your heart for your family and for your friends. But there is someone, a situation. It's a male. It's a divine masculine of some type. And I don't know if it's work related or service related. You're having trouble getting service. There's something about him. So keep that connection with him at a distance, an arm's length, until you get to know him better. So I don't know if he's a coworker or a service person doing service for you in your house, but not to be fearful. This is not a fear-based message. It is a higher mind message for you to keep balanced. Don't go too fast. Slow things down. Get very precise with this person. Make sure you've documented things. But be an observer and watch how he does things. Learn about him through his actions, how he treats you and others around you. That's what I'm getting. And I'm not saying it's a significant other or romantic relationship, but it is a male in your life right now that you are trying to work with or will be working with soon. And the idea is to proceed with patience, not fear, but patience. Be the observer. Don't make commitments to anything. Don't rush into anything with him.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else? No?
Oh,
Okay. Nick and Jazz? That's good. That was good.
thank you.
So it's interesting that Theresa picked up on that because I got a new romantic cycle begins. So that tells me that the person that Theresa
Wow.
picked up on, you're considering as a romantic endeavor. And what Theresa is saying is true. You have to look at the actions more than the words. Words are easy to master. Actions take commitment. But the dragon that you got, it's really pretty.
Mhm.
Like that, yeah.
A rose pink dragon. Signifying self-love, right?
Or love in general.
Passion.
Prepare your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to a warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe.
Okay. Nick?
Okay, well, so you got a 8 of cups, if he'll show. 8
Okay.
cups. Right.
Yep.
So after what those two just said, this is telling me that, man, girl, you have options, and you've been trying to figure out who you want to pick, and it's putting you in a lot of an unknown territory. So the next card is the 6 of cups. 6 of cups. So what they were saying, like, pay attention to the action. Someone has been showing you a lot of effort. Why are you ignoring it? Why are you like, oh, but I have A, B, and C? Like, no, like, pay attention. Like, there's one in particular that is doing their best. So you figure out who that is if you haven't figured it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, in doing so, you will get everything you want. This is the best card you could have grabbed out of this. If you don't want this card, I'll take it. But yeah. Basically, Queen of Pentacles signifies abundance, and that's the gist of it. A lot of abundance, a lot of love, a lot of gifts, a lot of stuff of value.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pay attention to their actions and not so much the words, but watch the actions. That's going to tell you. That'll be very telling for you.
My guys are telling me it's common sense.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't be so like emotional and convoluted about it. It's right in your face. The obvious answer is obvious. So.
Yeah. Very much so. Elizabeth, I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for your inquiry and being here tonight. Thanks. All right. The next one. I like this question. Mary Mansfield, you always have good questions. Can anyone pick up on any themes or areas of focus for 2026 for me? Because I'm kind of done with 2025 at this point. First thing I'm getting off of this is 2025, 5. Well, Jazz, what does 5 signify?
Change.
Chaos, change, conflict. What does the year 6 come to? So if we reduce the 2026, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that makes it a 1. So next year would reduce to 1. And that Enneagram stuff that we talked about, that we did that show with you, and if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch it. But what does the 1 signify?
1 in numerology signifies the person that's going to set new paths. You're going to be the first person to walk the path, set the blaze. And then 1 in numerology is that type of personality that you need in order to do that. So it's basically the one that's driven, the one that has the plan, the one that knows how to get what they want. They're very foreshadowing about it.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at 2025, that reduces to a 9, which is completion.
Oh, that explains why everything's been crazy this year.
Exactly. So whatever's been going on in this chaotic 2025, and for most of us, we've been feeling that energy. That's coming to completion, and 2026 is going to create some new opportunities. Go ahead.
You know, Mary, you had to deal with a lot of different things going on in your body. Yeah, you're done with 2025. There's so much we're all done with 2025.
Yeah.
But I tell you, you said a specific area of focus for you. Mary, we need more messengers. We need more people to help show the way and help shine the light on paths and decisions that other people can make. I find your comments to be significant and poignant in this chat room. And I know others that you're probably
tapped in.
involved with, and you're more tapped in than you realize. And so maybe what I'm getting there is that you can take all the things that help strengthen you and get you through this rotten 2024 and 2025 and now put it to use for the greater good and yourself. Because in doing that service, by bringing messages to others, by helping others with your observations and your stories, can actually help propel you in a completely different direction and open up pathways that you never thought possible. Having said that, you're more than welcome to join us anytime on this panel, even if it's only for a few minutes or a half an hour or whatever.
You betcha.
We'll send you the link. You can pop on and share your stories, share your messages, because I think an area of focus for you, it's Spirit is just really enamored with you. Spirit really enjoys your participation. So one of those areas might be getting more out there. Now you have other platforms you can probably use for that, and you probably do. Just more of it. That's your focus. That's what I'm picking up on. It's not just because I
Dive
like you.
in, Mary.
It's not just because
Dive
we
in.
like you personally. Spirit is leading us, and is leading us towards that. And so
you have a lot to offer.
even
others.
that spirit that reached out for those two people, knew you would.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Amazing.
That right there's a hint for you. Think about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds fun to me. I like learning as much as I do like teaching. So I'm always willing to hear out someone else besides me.
Yeah.
Yep.
What, you mean there's other people beside you now?
I know, right? Crazy. I'm not the center of the universe. I'm definitely the universe, though.
Anything you want
Oh,
to
wait, I thought we were all the center of the universe. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes and no.
Right. Anything for Mary there, Nick?
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Basically, what Theresa was saying, you got it's a number. It's the 9 of Cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you got all these gifts, you got all these talents. Why are you being so stingy with it? Why are you going? I don't want to use them. No, don't do that. You need to use them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Like,
Awesome.
yeah. That's all. Yeah, that's all I got for her. They're like, yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta say. I'm like, oh wow, okay.
I'm going to respond to Mary.
Okay. Go
Mary,
ahead.
if I ever get a webcam, I'd love to join the panel. I made it almost to 2026 without one so far. There's a
We'll send you
webcam coming your way.
We'll send you one. Just send us an email and we can get you
After the 26th.
Yep.
There's a webcam coming your way.
You're darn right. We'll
So
send you one.
hook up with, you see our emails in the YouTube description, Mary.
It's in the YouTube description. Awesome. Thanks, Mary. Appreciate you. A lot of love for you too. Okay, let's get to the next one. Oh, I'm sorry. Jasmine.
Wow,
Jasmine.
Jazz.
She did go for it, Jazz. My bad. Good Lord.
Time to breathe out. Basically saying, like, right now in these next winter months, in November, December area, just take a time out and take a time to breathe. Go into what's considered the hermit mode and just take time to find that inner light, that inner passion. So that way when 2026 comes around, you have a solid foundation to stand on. Because it looks like you want a tower moment. You don't want this same old situation, the same old story. I feel like you want a tower moment of where you can dismantle everything and rebuild the way you want it to, which is fine because to answer your question, like what areas you should focus on, I got the 3 of Cups, right, which saying that there's going to be 3 main sources of love and spirit, because water signifies spirit, that you're going to be able to take from and drink from, and you're going to be able to give to other people for, because I also got the 4 of Wands here. And the 4 of Wands is interesting because 4 signifying stability and Wands signifying minds. So these right here, all the flowers, your spiritual gifts, I feel like they're going to shine and they're going to be able to flow. Once you get all those in line and you have all your thoughts combined and you guys are all thinking about the same goal. So this is basically, to me, when I see the wands like this in the card of the 8 of Wands, is basically telling me once your body, mind, and soul, once your heart, emotions, and your physical line up, you guys can go to it all. Like you guys are one, all. It's like you guys can all team up to get the same goal, right? So when you guys are all aligned, that's when you'll start to see the fruits of your labor, and you'll start to see things begin to prosper. And then in the end, it shows who you really are, which is the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Cups. And you have all of these things to be proud of, and things watching over you, and you just being the most you can be.
And the other thing is, Mary, anything is possible. Believe that.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. It's really true. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Send us that email. Serious. We'll send you a cam. Absolutely. Okay. Let's get down here. We got Morgan Snow. Morgan, can I please get a reading? Absolutely. Okay, Teresa's already picking something up. I can feel it over here.
Hi, Morgan.
I can feel it.
Hi, Morgan. It's good to see you. And I know you're lurking in the background all the time. And I'm not in and out of as many programs as I used to be, so I don't get to see people as much anymore, but there's a reason and a season for everything. So, Morgan, what I'm picking up for you is nature. One of my animal spirits came in, and one that I really enjoy, and it's the beavers. And so the beaver is showing itself to me. And Morgan, surely you know the representation of what beaver energy is. But it's persistent. It's a persistence that you have. It's a strength that you have to be an organizer and a builder, with all kinds of teamwork, companionship, and camaraderie. And so you have that energy already, and it's presenting itself to you. I think it's trying to tell me that you need to keep following that even more so. Let that ability of yours shine. That you do your best work when you're organized. You do your best work when you're allowing yourself to be creative. You do your best work when you are in a state of readiness to serve. And the beaver doesn't do so well in isolation. We all know that. A beaver will go into hiding when it's hurt or it's injured. It won't open up and communicate to others anymore. It won't join in on any team events or activities. Sometimes it just lets itself die out. So the best thing the beaver says to you is to take hold of your activity. Don't let go of your ability to keep moving and doing. Don't sit on your butt and give up. Keep pushing the way that only you know how, in creative ways, but look for that balance so that you don't burn yourself out, and don't let injuries of the mind and injuries of the heart hold you back from being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. That means not holding grudges and judging others for not being as good as yourself, but for opening the doorway to teach them how to be better as you are yourself. And so there's a word of caution in there, a word of advice from Spirit that says, hey, Morgan, we love everything about you and we love your beaver energy. But like the beaver, or unlike the beaver, don't step into the mind trap of feeling that your emotions are keeping you from proceeding with certain people, events, and activities. Keep being the great beaver that you are. Be constructive. Unblock the dam. Don't give up and keep up the fight. But the fight is within yourself.
I think it's important to note that Morgan just moved from North Carolina to Texas, drove 1,860 miles in 2 days.
Good grief. I was going to
So
try
talk
to do
about some
that.
change.
Yeah.
There's some change for you.
I was going to try that, but
Yeah.
a wise old bird showed me another way.
Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Kudos to you for doing that. Quite the
Congratulations.
journey. Nick and Jazz, what you got for Morgan? Thank you, Theresa.
For sure.
Okay, so the first one you got the Ten of Pentacles. Basically, what this card symbolizes is basically wealth and abundance, and God is on your side. That's the gist of what this card always means. So it's reminding you, hey, God's on your side. You are a very, very wealthy person. Wealth doesn't always translate to finances. For example, I don't got a lot of money right now, but I'm one of the wealthiest person on this entire planet. Just put in perspective. So, very good card. You're very protected. You got a lot going for you. You got a lot, whether it's people or skills or finances or integrity traits or what. You got a lot. You got it all. And and the divine source is in your side all the way. So it's a very, very good card. And then the next is the Page of Swords. Like the other person I gave a reading for, and they're telling me you got a really high intuition. You got to be mindful and pace your choices on all the stuff that you're going through, like with the moving. And then reminding you to gain something, you got to lose something. So probably more onto the moving thing. You're moving like across states. So, but they're telling me that with what you're losing, you're going to gain more. So so in the Five of Swords, he's holding 3 swords.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 in the hands. He has 2 in these hands, 1 in this one, and then on the bottom there's 2 on the ground that he's leaving behind some people. So yeah, you might be losing some people and some things from the last state, but you're gaining even more. And it's going to be a very healing journey for you. That's why he's striped in green. And the red shows the physical. So it makes sense. So very good reading. Don't stress over it.
Okay.
You don't get what you need and even get what you want. So
Perfect.
I love
Jazz?
your happy puppy too.
I know. Keep up.
Yeah.
What you got for Morgan, Jazz?
I got quite a bit actually. For some reason, a couple of decks jumped out and was like, "Can you pick me? Can you pick me?" And I'm just like, So first one that came out was you got 2 from the Moon deck. This one, and it says, "Believe in the impossible." Okay.
Anything is possible.
It says,
It
"I'm
is.
possible."
Yippers.
And then the next one I got was "Be bold and make the first move." Okay. And then I got this card, "Be still." So I was trying to tune into this one a lot because especially with when Theresa said like don't sit on your butt, right? So I'm like, okay, so why is Theresa saying don't get on your butt, but you're telling me be still? What do you mean? So now that I've heard what's been going on, basically what they're telling me is you have to take that moment to clarify what you want. Take a moment, right? A moment to have that definite direction of you want X, Y, and Z, right? Where a lot of people get stuck on is that they want it exactly how they pre-plan it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
You are good enough to pre-plan it and say, hey, this is the mark. If I land in the general vicinity, I'll be happy with it, right? Your goals are not so fixed, but yet you do have a goal. It's a great place to be. It's a great skill to have, because it's kind of that thing of like, oh, shoot for the moon, and if you miss the moon, you'll land among the stars. Like, you have a great understanding of that. So I feel like they want you to be still. You get a lot of strength, or a lot of inner strength, with those quiet moments with yourself, of where you're talking to yourself or you're talking to your guides, and you can actually untangle all of the web of your decisions and figure out how to weave that into something that you are proud of. So this deck is my Crow deck. I love this deck. Love it. But this is the Two of Cups, and I like the Two of Cups more than I like the Lover's card, just because the Two of Cups, there's more, how can I say it? The Lover's card has a huge mountain in the middle of it, which means huge obstacles and huge challenges and huge. It's a good card, because that means that you and the other person that's in your Lover card are going to learn a lot out of it. But this card doesn't have that. This card doesn't have a huge mountain in the middle of it. It has a lotus, okay? The lotus is like the pure flower that's surrounded by muck, and it grows out of the mud, and it's untouched by the mud. So, and then it has a Kadesha staff here, signifying healing and unity. And then you have the lion head with the wings. So I feel like if you don't have a partner, you will find a partner. If you figure out a way to untangle your thoughts and your wants and make it into a solidified point, kind of like this card shows you as an enchantress, right? And has all these little fairies around it, and a lot of healing again.
Maybe that move was to be in proximity to someone new. That big move
Could be.
So you never know.
That would explain the
Awesome.
Page of Swords, though. Like get ease your mind, make logical decisions on the navigating in regards to that topic. Yeah. The Two of Cups is way better than the Lover's card.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's two sides to the coin. That is, be still within your thoughts, decisions, and your heart. Find that stillness, that resolution that everything's okay, but don't stop doing. People go into severe depression and anxiety when they say, I give up, whatever, but they're not turning things over to the universe to work with them. They're saying, just do to me what thou will. And it's you that does to you. Nobody does anything to you. You allow things to happen to yourself. So you want to stay inside and wallow in self-pity and get into depression and anxiety and just make your life more miserable? Or do you want to put your thoughts in a place that's going to keep you moving? So I think it's important to point that out to people. There's isolation doesn't mean cutting yourself off from help, or cutting yourself off from friends, or help when you need it, or people that you need to talk to. But being the kind of sacred stillness that Jasmine is talking about is being confident, right, Jasmine? It's being confident and secure in what you decided to do. And Morgan, you didn't you didn't stay on your body. You drove to Texas. So we both did. We both left our area and went to a completely new location. So we got off our butts and started making our life happen. But understand that, folks. Stillness is not self-isolation to the point where you don't do anything yourself.
Yeah. Hope that helps, Morgan. Hope that helps.
Shout out.
Awesome. I'm kind of going through here, trying to see if there's any more readings. I know we're an easy 2 hours into this.
I want to honor Spirit with this message because...
yes, and you can do that. I just want to make sure that I'm going through the chat, that I don't miss anybody.
Remember, we started like 30 minutes late, too. So
This is
Yeah, we
true.
did.
Yes, this is true, and I get that. I'm just trying to honor the people in chat
Yeah.
who are here right now, but we will get to that. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and get to those? Yeah, let's get to those messages. Well, that'll give me a chance to finish scrolling through here.
Okay.
But you have 2 more messages you need to give real quick.
Yeah, this message is coming from a woman, an elderly woman presented herself to me the other day with white hair up in a bun. She was coming through and identified herself as Grammy Spitfire. That's what her family used to call her, Grammy Spitfire. She recently passed away within the past couple of years, so it's not like she's been dead for 10, 20, or 30 years or within the last 2 months, you know. She was showing me that she was coming in from gardening, perhaps. She had on her gardening gloves. She had on her straw hat. She had on a sash with that hat, and she puts natural flowers in it, just haphazardly kind of way. So she's real specky, you know, and she's tiny.
Spitfire.
She's tiny. She's not big and robust, but boy, does she have an attitude of big and robust.
Like a Mini Cooper.
She went to sleep and just woke up in the afterlife and went, "What is this?"
Oh, so she passed in her sleep?
She passed in her sleep
and went, "Oh, don't have a body anymore?"
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah, yep. But anyway, she loves the straw hat. She loves gardening. She's got a big pot of stew on the stove. She's stirring her stew. I guess she took a stroll in the garden because she came in and took her hat off and took her gloves off. But she's watching an old TV program. It's that Beatrice Author from Maud.
Oh, Maud. Yeah.
It's a TV show.
That was back in the 70s.
About Maud. Modern woman.
Yes.
She's a very modern woman.
Yes, Maud was.
So she's making some of her stew. She's giving a stir, and she's like, I loved and related to the strength of this TV character. So she relates to her outspoken, liberated, feminine side. She's proud of her oftentimes mouthy offspring who take after her. So she likes Maud, the character of Maud, who was a very modern woman, very outspoken, had a strong sense of wit, humor, but she was too outspoken at times. She was very ego-driven, could never be wrong, and was always right. And but she says that she and her offspring and that's her grandchildren are very much like her. So she learned that living how to be witty and strong-willed protected her from being controlled by overpowering males in a masculine-oriented society. This happened far too many times in her other emanations and other dimensions of her focused realities. She said that in this lifetime, she wanted to face life head-on for sure, but with no regrets, while also maintaining an outrageous sense of humor in the process. She was also very stubborn, she says. She knows she wasn't always appreciated by others in her family and groups of friends. She just wants you all to know that. She recognizes that now after her life review. She wants all of us to know what she realized after she crossed over. During her life's review, she was shown how ego was a tremendous weakness and a strain on her relationships with others when she allowed it to be in control. Her ego was leading her to be somewhat mean and cantankerous at times, and on several occasions with loved ones. She appreciates her family and friends reminiscing and laughing about some of her antics, but she wants to caution them and all of us too. She says, you are all living in a very dense environment on Earth where a sense of humor can go a long way to easing tensions. But an ego-driven nature, as she understands it now, can squash everything, thereby straining relationships unnecessarily. So listen to Grammy. Exercise caution in your directness and honesty with others in such a way that it is driven from your heart and not your human ego mind. Never chastise someone or put them down in front of others. You can show them that you love them by being open to their perspectives too, and not allow your ego to tell you that you have the answers to everything, or that what you have to say is more important than what they have to say. Exercise patience and give them time to express themselves. I love all of you and will greet you when you are ready for some of my kick-ass stew and wit. So this is from Grammy Spitfire. These are the things she recognized and lessons she learned. So she's passing it on to her relatives who might be watching.
Excellent. Boy, that's interesting post-death, huh?
Yeah.
To have that kind of clarity and understanding about your life and what.
She got it during her life review.
Yeah.
She could actually sit there and replay moments
and understand it in a way
and understand
share that
in a way that she couldn't understand here.
Yeah, exactly. So hope that resonates for someone out there watching or who will watch in the future.
And I'm not saying she's related to, we do have someone who joins every now and then, Lady Spitfire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it was a message for Lady Spitfire, but this Grammy.
This gal's energy was like a Lady Spitfire.
She called herself,
And then you have one more reading.
Yes,
and
not as long.
Real quick, Nick, I don't know if you saw that. Morgan said last reading, Nick got the Tower card, and it seems it came true.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That was on Morgan's reading.
Do you want this last one?
Yes, we'll go ahead and get to that. I just wanted to share that.
I didn't pull the Tower card. I forget which cards they were, but
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Little feedback.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad it was helpful.
Gotcha. And then we'll get to this last message, and then I think we're
Okay.
going to call it a night.
This is another shout out from Spirit to someone that he believes was most likely listening. So if it resonates with you, any of these, if you need to contact me, let me know. I'll do what I can. But just bring it through what.
Yep. You're just the vessel.
Okay.
You serve the light.
I was contacted by a masculine spirit for Vietnam soldier, infantry soldier, because he gave me the impression it was Saigon. It could have been another battle, but I believe it was during
Vietnam
during the fall of Saigon.
Okay.
Is the sense I was getting from it, because he showed me a lot of things visually, and I don't want to spend all our time. His unit was wiped out by artillery fire, and it just kind of blew him and his unit up. So they didn't make it home before the war was declared at an end. So it was in the last few days of what was going on there in Saigon. And he was shocked by the whole event, and he didn't feel any pain or discomfort. He was just in shock. And the next thing he knows, he's crossing over and going through the veil, and he's just on the other side. But he didn't feel any pain. There was no lights out. It was just like he looked around and saw all of his buddies were injured and things were on smoke and things were on fire. He looked down. He was missing his leg, but he wasn't in pain. He was crossing over and came into the afterlife with guides, His name was Charles, but his buddies called him Chuck. They didn't call him Charlie because that was a nickname for the enemy. But he was born Charles, and Chucky, or Chuck, was his name, as his buddies called him. He was showing me the Andromeda 7 Celestial Gateway logo, knowing that a particular family of Chuck would be tuning in for messages this evening. So somebody out there has a relative that served in Vietnam in Saigon, and his name was Charles, or Chuck. He's reaching out to surviving family members, and in particular to his grandson, who is considering carrying on a family tradition of military service. He's concerned about his grandson, and so this message is for him. He wants you all to know that when he was last on leave, he did not intend to do any harm to the family dog. Although he was annoyed by the aggressive behavior of this animal, he would never have done anything to deliberately end its life, much less the way it happened. He's letting you all know this. At the time, he was experiencing his post-traumatic stress, and he'd been drinking heavily while on leave. This is the last time he was on leave, you guys. He was not paying attention when he backed over the dog in the carport. The name of the dog I was getting from Spirit was either a Bosco or a Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
He may have been a Rottweiler, but I know he was an aggressive dog, and the kids called him Rossi.
Roscoe, then, yeah.
So it's probably Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
The family was so distraught by his actions that he had to leave earlier than he thought he would have at the time. In other words, he was out of control and it was affecting the family, so he cut it short. He wants you all to know how much he loves you still and has been trying in various ways to let you all know he is present and acting as a guardian for all of the surviving family. To his grandson, he says that serving in the military, I guess this is something he learned, although part of his soul agreement, was not the most loving and caring way of providing service to all that is, nor the best choice for his family's well-being. He wishes to break this cycle of undesired karma that this type of service has created through his human lineage. Over time, he knows that there are many other choices that would provide a greater, higher-minded outcome, and he goes on to give them to his grandson. Those of us in this family who have served in such a way truly appreciate your successful contributions and lessons learned during your time in the ROTC. He says they understand, meaning your relatives, and respect your desire to carry on family traditions of service, but that they most love your passion for health and human services. So they've been watching you. He was energetically communicating with great love that they all know this is your real desire and strength, Randy, indicating that it doesn't have to be done through military service. Not Randy. No, you're not coming in. I'm reading this. The other choices you have looked into would bring you more joy in ways that don't involve violence and death and destruction. Your true path and purpose is to serve the all with love, light, healing, and compassion. They know what's in your heart, in other words. Listen to what's really in your heart. He said to tell you that you don't have to be a military service medic. You can serve in the fire department or the Peace Corps, fire service, or even tactical medicine and law enforcement. He is urging you to further consider and investigate those options more clearly before making your final decision about extended military career, particularly given such great unrest in society in multiple countries here right now. He says they will continue, this is the end. He says they will continue to love you and support you in whatever choices you make with your own free will, but they know your heart and they wanted you to know that they release you from any feelings of obligation to them and encourage you to follow your passions and joy. So whoever this grandson is, you're feeling the pressure, you're trying to make the decision, do it granddad's way or granddad's way and everybody that went before them, but you don't have to be like them. You can make your own choices and they're letting you know that you can do that. So hope that helps and resonates with someone.
Yep.
That's a granddad who really cares.
Yep. And I had to get that out there, get that message out.
Yeah.
if that sounds like someone you know, pass that on. That's what Spirit was hoping for.
I think he just doesn't want him to go through what he went through.
Exactly. Yeah.
Find
Be
your
of
own
service,
path. Find your own
but
path.
find service in a different way that helps humanity,
not just because
takes
your relatives
lives.
did. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for all being here. We won't be here next week because of Thanksgiving, right?
Right. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm moving
Yes.
the day before and the day after, and I'm going to have a whole crew there. It's just
There's a lot of good stuff going on for Theresa, so that's great. Yeah. I want to thank Nick and Jasmine for being here, and also Jet. Thanks, Jet. I see you.
I got one small reading left for my final thoughts, if that's cool.
Okay,
Oh, yes,
yeah, we'll take your
please.
final thoughts and then
Yeah.
we'll call it a night.
So this one's for Elder. Elderberry.
I think he tapped out, but we can let him know.
Is he still
Okay,
there?
yeah, and then he can watch this when he can.
Sure.
So I saw his comment saying that he wanted a card pulled. So interesting story. So my Hermetic deck wanted to come out. This one. Usually when this one wants to come out, it's the theme is dark. So mostly shadow work related. And then as soon as I grabbed that, my cat Ace, the gray one that was spawned at me earlier, he knocked down Jasmine's witch deck, which is another dark themed deck. Oh wow, he just came back when I started talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he needs to hear this then.
Okay.
So she drew. So how I interpreted this is these cards are going to be put together.
Okay.
Oh, you got 3 cards? Okay. So the first one, these cards are kind of small, so it's kind of hard to see, and the illustrations are different. But this is essentially the death card. So what this is telling me is, since this is a dark theme, I'm thinking shadow work.
That's
what.
the devil card.
Yeah, the devil card. Yeah, devil card, not death. Devil card. Big difference. So yeah, like both of these decks are dark themed. So why I'm intuitively getting this is about shadow work. This is about you working on yourself. Devil card is saying that you have a lot of things weighing on you in regards to choices you've made in the past. That's to start off with it. So the next is Knight of Cups. I'm interpreting this as you. This is basically telling you, reminding you that you have a lot of love to offer to the world. You can't be reminiscing on past mistakes or past circumstances that might have made you pick not that good of a choice. You gotta remember that that's not you anymore. This is you now, the Knight of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
And the last card that she got was the Nine of Swords. So with this illustration, it kind of reminds me of the Four of Swords. So I'm going to use that interpretation for it. And it's to remind you that, that you back then, that's not you no more. You can give yourself some rest. Stop beating yourself up. One of the philosophers I like a lot, I forget the name off the top of my head, but he has a saying is that man tends to suffer more in his head rather than in real life. So tell me this is happening to you a lot with the connotation that these decks are giving. And you need to give yourself some grace.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes to this last card that I pulled for you, which is it's a different illustration, but it's the Two of Cups. So this is why this card right here is why I'm interpreting it as shadow work. This is reminding you that you deserve to have that self-love and that self-confidence. Two of Cups isn't always about relationships with someone else. Sometimes it's also in relationships with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's also a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So all these cards are saying, maybe you didn't make the best choices in the past, but that's not you anymore. You've been atoning. You've been doing great. You need to remember that. Stop beating yourself up. Stop putting yourself on the noose when you don't deserve it.
Yeah, your past doesn't define you.
That's
What
right.
defines you is who you are today and in the now moment. The past has happened. You experienced it, but you're not your past. You're who you are in this now moment.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us.
And
Who
do
do
you
you want to choose to be?
and do
the
you
past
even
person?
realize? Do you even realize how far you've come
Yeah.
in just 5 years' time?
Yeah.
The move, the relocation, the issues with your family, and
You're a strong
everything.
guy.
Good grief,
very,
Barry.
a very strong guy. Yep.
Yeah.
He's
And
good looking too.
Once
Yeah,
you
he
reach
is good looking. He is good looking.
and once you fully reach that acceptance, a lot of the problems that you are going through right now will go away.
Yep. Awesome. He says, thanks, Nick and Jasmine. That's awesome.
Yep.
And that's a great note to end on tonight.
Yep.
Thank you so much, everybody, for paying attention, watching, and being here. Sorry for all the techie troubles, but we'll figure it out. But appreciate y'all very much.
Yeah.
And hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and lots of good eats
Yeah.
and good treats and things like that. Just enjoy the Thanksgiving and don't get stressed out.
That's right.
It's no fun. Have some good good fun and be with good people and just be joyful and be in love and be in joy.
I'm going to
Right?
be in the best Thanksgiving I've had in a long time.
You deserve it. And you've got it coming.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. We'll see you after Thanksgiving, and peace, love, and joy to everybody. Appreciate you all.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye for now.